we added ocean worlds to Minecraft. I have always had a fascination with the ocean. I've always lived nearby one, so that probably has something to do with it. When I was little, amongst the litany of other Disney and Pixar VHSs we owned, Finding Nemo always stuck out to me for just how alien and mysterious its aquatic, often brooding environments were. At around 13, I saw Ponyo for the first time, and though I could sing the praises of that film from top to bottom, I'd say above all else the part that stuck with me most comes from the beginning of the third act, where Sasuke and Ponyo awaken to a total flooding of Japan, their neighborhood's human population completely replaced by both ancient and modern sea creatures. And since Sasuke can't swim, what else do they do but boat around? Along their travels, not only do they get to observe schools of fish littering the streets, but also the peaks of trees that once made up a forest poking their heads out from the top of the ocean's surface. It's a truly unique, fascinating visual that I can't recall having ever seen before watching Ponyo. It really ignites a unique feeling in me, one that nothing else ever quite has. The closest that comes to it is perhaps The Life of Pi, but for entirely different reasons. Fast forward 10 years and all of a sudden I'm here making modded Minecraft content. How did that happen? Whilst I've dedicated a majority of my time towards fleshing out the Nether, and then later the combat experience of the overworld, the sea was never something I touched upon very much before. First, I experimented with the sky during the process of developing my mod pack, Resurvival Displaced, centered around floating islands. As I modified a pre-existing data pack to extend the world height from the old 256 build limit to the modern 320, I learned that there were a few parameters that control the height of the ocean level too. That was cool, but not quite what I'm looking for, as it changes all terrain below the designated sea level to the ocean floor, meaning no flooded villages, no underwater trees, nothing. It's vacant, lifeless, empty. It's just not right. And then it hit me. The solution to this problem. Like two coloured drops of water splashing against one another, two neurons in my brain crossed paths and clicked precisely into place. I knew then what to do next. Solve the problem with money! With the help of the extremely prolific ambient musician and Minecraft world-gen programmer, Ludonculus Kryptonius VI, also known as Ludacrypt.
Who, me? Hey everyone! Hey there! What? Is that Necromaster? What?
She fulfilled my sadistic and demented dreams of flooding Minecraft's world with water. There we go. This is Ocean Worlds. With the ability to raise the sea level to whatever you want, you can make the world of Minecraft generate as dryly or as wetly as you like. Even just on its own, I could see a raised sea level playthrough being very interesting, given the new limitations it creates. For one thing, Ocean Worlds is indiscriminate when it comes to what air it's replacing, including cave air. So say goodbye to your precious caves. You're going to have to gear up with some water-breathing potions and depth strider boots on your foots if you want those diamonds. Now, if that were all there was to it, I probably wouldn't be making this video, because after all, data packs already exist that can flood the entire world. So, what makes Ocean Worlds unique? See, changing the height of the water isn't the only thing you can do. Besides Sasuke and Ponyo venturing into the still, flat sea in the third act of the film, the first act contains one of the coolest depictions of the ocean I think I've ever seen, a roaring tsunami. As it so happens, while not on the scale of the ones in Ponyo, the scene in Madagascar where the cast falls into the sea and Alex watches helplessly as his friends drift away also feature significantly massive curling waves. This general visual has also always stuck with me and was the main thing I felt would help make the gameplay concept of crossing the ocean significantly more interesting, compared to Minecraft's regular boating exploration, where it's very flat. So, see this scale option in the config? Check out what happens when I do this. Yeah, that's right. Wavy oceans in Minecraft. You can make the scale of the waves as subtle or as obvious as you like. At a certain point, they look less like ocean waves and more like ocean mountains. They're just jutting from the earth. It's really cool, and when you go down one of these ocean mountains, it's kind of like sledding in real life. Whee! It's great! They may not move, but my god are they a sight to behold. And I'll be damned if they're not an absolute blast to ride over in a boat, which we made sure can scale the new heights waves can reach, by the way. It's doubly fun if you install Boatload too, which adds furnace boats that scale up the ocean peaks even more easily than regular ones. That's just the default Perlin noise option too. You have access to the entire spectrum of noise generators here that let you do whatever you like, including whatever the hell this is. It kind of looks like a basalt deltas made out of water. How funky. I'm probably never going to use it, mind you, but I'll be damned if it doesn't look cool. Speaking of damnation, you know we didn't forget about the Never. Okay, well we did, but we fixed it in 1.1.1, okay? Okay? Alright? The Never also gets its own Ocean World treatment too. Honestly, I think the effect is even more notable in the Never than the Overworld just for how much more hellish it makes the place feel, you know? Adds a real feeling of instability and safety to everything. Especially when you raise the lava height. My god, I'd suggest brewing some Alex's Mob's Lava Vision potions before playing on a world with lava at these heights. It's gonna burn you silly otherwise. For the end, we didn't raise the ocean height at all because there's no water. What are you, stupid or something? For the best gameplay experience possible, I would personally suggest setting the ocean height to Y55, the scale of the waves to 20, and the world type to Amplified. That's right, Amplified, where everything is mountainous. Believe it or not, I think the raised ocean height actually makes it more fun than normal. Less space for you to fall and break every single bone in your body instantly, after all. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. Oh dear, never mind. Although there are some hiccups here that would make a more conventional survival playthrough less feasible, particularly one where you can acquire diamond tools and armor, I have a solution for you. You know how I mentioned this all started with me meddling with data packs for the world generation of my Sky Islands mod pack? Well, that's a really long sentence. Marooned is the newest iteration of the Resurvival mod pack experience, centered around Ocean Worlds-based gameplay. Designed as a more challenging twist on your conventional vanilla Minecraft game experience, Resurvival extends the early game progression with several small but significant recipe changes, such as making torches require rotten flesh, making you rely upon the fire starter to begin with, an alternative to flint and steel that costs only 2 sticks. You'd be surprised at just how useful it is to burn your enemies up. Tools above the wooden tier require string to bind everything together, forcing you to either tear up wall blocks with flint, or risk yourself in slaying spiders. And stone tools require flint instead of cobblestone, which can be accrued either from gravel or from coal ore. And given the string requirement, that'll make the period in which you've got wooden tools and leather armor to protect yourself both far longer and far tenser. Other changes include limiting the number of food items you can hold at the beginning, and later letting you regain your pocket capacity through the Spice of Life mod, which adds lunchboxes. Alternatively, you could trigger a raid to earn the Ravager level required for a backpack. Enchanting is notably nerfed. Enchanting tables both require and consume more XP, lapis lazuli is harder to come by, and the default number of enchantments you can add to any given piece of gear is limited to 3. But this can be increased with Limitite, a treasure item found in structures like bastions. If you'd prefer a more accessible way of accruing powerful gear, however, you can either go mining for enchanting gems, which can be applied to gear like enchanted books and a smithing table, or you can complete combat quests to earn them. Making diamond armor requires a trek to the Nether to create a gem forge, capable of melting down precious minerals like diamonds and enchanting gems into stronger tools and armor. With enough gems, you might even be able to make gear more powerful than Netherite. That's all content available in even the base version of the pack, Resurvival Kindled. For Maroon specifically, you can unlock movement capabilities greater than that of your standard boat, such as the aforementioned furnace boats, temporary elytra wings made of wood and feathers, and grappling hooks that allow you to scale mountainous terrain more easily. Even letting you do big swingies through archways, look at that! Even immersive aircraft like airships, biplanes, and gyroscopes will let you fly freely through the sky. With such aerodynamic capabilities, if you don't feel like braving the ocean depths with your trusty copper back tank from the Create mod, you can find diamonds high up in the Sky Islands before making your way down to the end, either by unlocking the end portal or just by straight up flying through the clouds into the end. You're spoiled for choice. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!
Yes, Ludocrypt speaking. Yes.